Om. Om. शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुर्गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ श्रीगुरवे श्रीसत्यसाईनाथ श्रीपादुकां पूजयामि नमः। ॐ श्री परमगुरवे श्री शिरडी साईनाथ श्रीपादुकां पूजयामि नमः। ॐ श्री परमेष्टि गुरवे दत्तात्रेय स्वामी श्रीपादुकां पूजयामि नमः। हरिः ॐ। Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Hari Om, Shalom, Sai Ram, Namaste. We are studying the first chapter of Devi Mahatyam, and we are at a place where the king asks Bhagavan, or Bhagavan referring to Sumedha, who is this Devi that you are referring to? How was she born as Mahamaya? What's the story behind it? What are her actions? What is her influence? What is her form? How is she born? I would like to hear from you a response regarding all these questions. Rajovacha Bhagavan kahi sa devi Mahamayeti yam bhavan ब्रवीति कथमुत्पन्ना सा कर्मास्याश्च किन्द्विज यत्प्रभावा च सा देवी यत्स्वरूपा यदुद्भवा तत्सर्वं श्रोतुमिच्छामि त्वत्तो ब्रह्मविदां वर। ऋषिरुवाच नित्यैव सा जगन्मूर्तिस्तया सर्वमिदं ततं तथापि तत्समुत्पत्तिर्बहुधा श्रूयतां मम देवानां कार्यसिद्ध्यर्थमाविर्भवति सा यदा उत्पन्नेति तदा लोके सा नित्याप्यभिधीयते योगनिद्रां यदा विष्णुर्जगत्येकार्णवीकृते आस्तीर्यशेषमभजत् कल्पान्ते भगवान् प्रभुः. Sumedha started answering the question of the king, first correcting him about his perhaps awareness of the word, about what is the difference between Utpanna and Avatar. Avatar or Avitri, when it is a reference to a male, it is called Avatar. When it is reference to a female, it is Avitri. Dhinam avitriyavatu. That is the Saraswati Prarthana. Avitriyavatu. Avataram is not the same as Utpannam. So don't get confused about this word called Utpanneti Yada Loke. In reference, in colloquial terms, people use the word birth in reference, but that reference of what is colloquially used as birth doesn't apply to this aspect about Mahamaya or this Devi Bhagavati. She manifests. Avataram is manifestation, direct manifestation, no undergoing this karma associated in the mother's womb. And how, and the question first is very good clarity about Braviti Katham Utpanna. How did she, how was she born? He was asking. He said, no, she is Nityaivasa. She is Nitya. She is eternal, always present. There is no coming, there is no going, there is no growing, there is no decay. All of that stuff that applies, 6 different vikaras that apply to the body doesn't apply to her. She is Nitya. She is the basis of everything that is here and now. Taya sarvam idam tatam, here and there, everything that you are perceiving and unable to perceive, everything is, she is the basis of it. She is the Jagan Murti. And he asked, what is Yat Swarupa? Jagan Murti. The entire universe is her Murti. Now listen carefully what I am saying about her. Avirbhava, Avatara. So we studied these slokas right at the time of Avatar Declaration Day. Just and last week I was mentioning about Bhagavan's Avirbhava, Bhagavan Krishna's Avirbhava, Bhagavan Sai Krishna's Avirbhava. No confusion at all. Direct manifestation. No pravasam, no prasavam. It is pravesham. Direct entry. Direct entry in the context of the form and everything related to a perceptual form and a perceptual presence related to Jiva Prajna, and but in reality 100% it only appears as a human form. It appears as a human form only because there is no confusion that it can be related to, otherwise you cannot relate to it. Tathapi tat samutpattir bahudha sruyatam mama. Why did this form even come into existence? That which is the basis, that which is the Satchit Ananda Swarupa, Sada Sat Swarupam Chidananda Kandam, Jagat Sambhava Sthana Samhara Hetum, Swabhaktechaya Manusham Darshayantam, Namamishwaram Sadgurum Sainadham. See here, everything related to what we are looking at is this Shakti or Mahamaya or Shiva, whatever you call it. There is direct perceptual evidence with Bhagavan. This Upasani Baba's Sai Ishvara Ashtakam that we all chant. Very first sloka is that Chit Sada Sat Swarupam. Chit Anandakandam, Jagat, Sambhava, Sthana, Samhara, Hetum. Then, if that is she, or that is he, or that is it, why is it appearing in this form? Why is it appearing in a human form? It is appearing because Swabhaktekshaya Manusham Darshayantam Devanam Karya Siddhyardham Avirbhavati Sayada. Swabhaktechaya Manusham Darshayantam. It is only to fulfill the good and to re-establish this dharma that appears in the human form. Therefore, do not mistake that which is eternal, sada satsvarupam chidananda kandam nityapyabhidhiyate. That is, she is nitya, nitya, api, abhidhiyate. Know here and now that she is eternal. Don't refer to her coming as Utpanna iti tada loke. How is she eternal? She is eternal because she is the Yoga Nidra of Vishnu. What is Yoga Nidra? What is Nidra? I think we already discussed that topic. Vishnu Jagat Eka Arnavi Krite, when there is this entire universe or world is dissolved, Eka Arnavi Krite, there is only one immeasurable ocean of existence, that immeasurable, unmanifest, dissolved universe. There is only two things that are present. There is Vishnu and Yoga Nidra. Nothing else is present. So even if at the time of dissolution, Vishnu here is what we are perceiving as the guy who is sleeping on a snake coil, that is also fine. But Vishnu, Yoga Nidra are one and the same because it is the reference, those two are synonyms in a way. Vishnu is all pervading, Yoga Nidra as Ratri is also all pervading. But this Vishnu on this ocean is under the influence of this so-called Yoga Nidra, not an influence is a wrong word, is associated with the presence of the Yoga Nidra. So don't mistake that God is subject to the same Nidra as ourselves. What this Yoga Nidra is, just like a light and a lamp are intricately associated and they cannot be separated. A lamp that is lit and the light associated with it, they're one and the same. They're inseparable. Similarly, this Vishnu and Yoga Nidra are the only things that are exist. In fact, she is Yoga Nidra, he is Vishnu. There is no difference between the two. So it's very important that we should not separate gods with our own stupidity. It is our stupidity that separates God. Vishnu, Shiva, Shirdi Sai, Satya Sai, all these things are separated because of our ignorance. Astiryasesham abhajat kalpante Bhagavan Prabhu. Sesham is the snake coil. Kalpante astirya abhajat Bhagavan Prabhu. Okay, ma, please start. Yoga Nidra yada Vishnur.
Yoga Nidra yada Vishnur. Yoga Nidra yada Vishnur.
You have to share the screen. If you are unable to do that, are you able to share the screen?
I can share the screen. Just shared it, uncle.
Yoga Nidra yada Vishnur.
Yoga Nidra yada Vishnur. Yoga Nidra yada Vishnur.
Jagatyekarnavi krite.
Jagatyekarnavikrite. Jagatyekarnavikrite.
Yoga Nidra yada Vishnur Jagatyekarnavi krite.
Yoga Nidra yada Vishnur Jagatyekarnavikrite. Yoga Nidra yada Vishnur Jagatyekarnavikrite.
आस्तीर्यशेषमभजत्
आस्तीर्यशेषमभजत् आस्तीर्यशेषमभजत्
कल्पान्ते भगवान् प्रभुः
कल्पान्ते भगवान् प्रभुः कल्पान्ते भगवान् प्रभुः
योगनिद्रां यदा विष्णुर्जगत्येकार्णवीकृते आस्तीर्यशेषमभजत् कल्पान्ते भगवान् प्रभुः
योगनिद्रां यदा विष्णुर्जगत्येकार्णवीकृते आस्तीर्यशेषमभजत् कल्पान्ते भगवान् प्रभुः योगनिद्रां यदा विष्णुर्जगत्येकार्णवीकृते आस्तीर्यशेषमभजत् कल्पान्ते भगवान् प्रभुः
At that time, tada dvavasurau ghorau, two terrible asuras, vikhyatau madhukaitabhau, known as Madhukaitabha, Vishnu Karna Mala Udbhutau, from the impurities associated of the body of Bhagavan Vishnu, Udbhutau, they came into existence, and Udyautau, they have then um, started attacking Brahma, Hantum Brahmanam Udyatau. Tada dvavasurau ghorau.
तदा द्वावसुरौ घोरौ तदा द्वावसुरौ घोरौ
Vikhyatau madhukaitabhau.
विख्यातौ मधुकैटभौ विख्यातौ मधुकैटभौ
Sairamma, we lost volume on your microphone. I don't know what's going on. Vishnu Karnamalodbhutau.
विष्णुकर्णमलोद्भूतौ
Same
विष्
problem. Same problem.
Hmm,
Sorry.
didn't change anything.
Pavani, are you ready? Somebody's microphone.
Ready, uncle.
Okay. Vishnu Karnamalodbhutau.
विष्णुकर्णमलोद्भूतौ विष्णुकर्णमलोद्भूतौ
Hantum Brahmanamudhyatau.
हन्तुं ब्रह्माणमुद्यतौ हन्तुं ब्रह्माणमुद्यतौ
Tada dvavasurau ghorau vikhyatau madhukaitabhau. Vishnu Karnamalodbhutau hantum Brahmanamudhyatau.
तदा द्वावसुरौ घोरौ विख्यातौ मधुकैटभौ विष्णुकर्णमलोद्भूतौ हन्तुं ब्रह्माणमुद्यतौ
When
तदा
you, yes, is it my problem or is it problem with your?
द्वावसुरौ घोरौ विख्यातौ मधुकैटभौ विष्णुकर्णमलोद्भूतौ हन्तुं ब्रह्माणमुद्यतौ
When you listen to this shloka and the meaning of it, then you will get lot of questions. And if you didn't get questions, then you are not paying attention, 100%. The most first question that would come is, what is this, sir? What are you talking about? Impurities of Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu is God. How can Vishnu Karna Mala Udbhuta means actually from the ear wax, impurity of Mahavishnu, came out these two asuras known as Madhu and Kaitabha. Now they were enthusiastic. Udyatau hantum brahmanam. Obviously, that question will come. Park all those questions. Please write down all those questions. Then, as now the next sloka is talking about, who is this Brahma? Where is he located? Sa Nabhikamale Vishnu Sthito Brahma Prajapatihi. The Lord of the universe or the creator of the universe, Brahma, is located in the lotus that is present at the navel of Vishnu. Sa Nabhikamale Vishnu Sthito. He is located. Brahma is located there. Društva tavasurau cha ugrau. These two asuras saw and became violent, ugra, prasuptancha janardanam. As Bhagavan Vishnu is in this deep sleep, noticing that Bhagavan is in this yogic sleep, then they became even more enthusiastic to go attack this Brahma. What's happening is this is like a movie scene. Nah? There is this guy called Vishnu. He is located on this snake coil. He is in this mystic sleep. And in this mystic sleep, what happened? From the earwax came out two asuras. They noticed this guy called Brahma, who is located on the lotus at the navel of Mahavishnu. They also saw that this Janardana is also in this mystic sleep, and that they made them more enthusiastic. Why they want to go kill this Brahma to begin with? That fellow is sitting on lotus doing japam with 4 heads. Suddenly, why they want to attack him? And what is this Vishnu going into this mystic sleep business? Think about all the story. Let the story play out. Don't interfere with the story. Don't analyze the story right now. Observe the story. Be a witness to the story. Sanabhikamale Vishnos.
Sanabhikamale Vishnos. Sanabhikamale Vishnos.
Sthito Brahma Prajapatihi.
Brahma Prajapatihi. Sthito Brahma.
Sairam, there is something that is interfering with your thing. Maybe your Shruti thing? I don't know. Are you using Shruti along with without headphones or something? So there is something that's causing disturbance. Yeah, please. Sanabhikamale Vishnoh Sthito Brahma Prajapatihi. Now you can see that I said Vishnos, not Vishnoh, because of the Visarga rule, right? So pay attention to those things too. This complete focus, mind focused on the words, and the mind should be focused on the word and the chanting. The intellect is focused on actually looking at each of these words that you are chanting. Sanabhikamale Vishnu Hastito Brahma Prajapatihi. Now, Društva Tavasurau Chograu.
Drishtva tavasurau chograu. Drishtva tavasurau chograu.
Prasuptancha Janardanam.
Prasuptancha janardanam. Prasuptancha janardanam.
सनाभिकमले विष्णो स्थितो ब्रह्मा प्रजापतिः दृष्ट्वा तावसुरौ चोग्रौ प्रसुप्तं च जनार्दनम्
सनाभिकमले विष्णो स्थितो ब्रह्मा प्रजापतिः दृष्ट्वा तावसुरौ चोग्रौ प्रसुप्तं च जनार्दनम् सनाभिकमले विष्णो स्थितो ब्रह्मा प्रजापतिः दृष्ट्वा तावसुरौ चोग्रौ प्रसुप्तं च जनार्दनम्.
So the Brahma who was seated on the lotus of the navel that is coming out of Vishnu saw these two furious demons that are now set to kill him, and he also knows that this Lord Vishnu is in deep yogic or mystic sleep. Then, noticing this, he knows he has to be protected by Vishnu. Vishnu is in deep sleep. These guys are ready to come and attack him. Noticing all of this, then he had to pray to or appease to the Yoga Nidra that is situated in the heart, in his heart. Whose heart? Yoga Nidra in the heart of Bhagavan Vishnu. Tushtava Yoga Nidram tam ekagra hridaya sthitaha. Ekagra, with 100% focus, laser focus. He needs to know Vibodhanardhaya Hareke in order to Vibodhana, Uttishthotishta Partisha, Uttishta Jagati Pate, Uttishta Karuna Purna, Lokamangala Siddhaye. Now this is Suprabhatam, a completely different topic, but here is what is Suprabhatam about. Deep in your heart located, and in this deep heart is located this Yoga Nidra. You have to pray to her in order to wake up the Vishnu. That's what he has to do. And in order to do this, can you scroll down a little bit more? And in order to do this, now he has to look at the eyes of the Hari that are half open. Then this, and then he is now looking straight into these eyes, going into the heart of Bhagavan Hari, with the purpose of waking up the Vishnu from this mystic sleep. He, with immense concentrated mind, began to propitiate. No, not this one. Previous sloka one. Begin to propitiate this Yoga Nidra. Tushtava Nidrantam.
तुष्टावयोगनिद्रान्तां तुष्टावयोगनिद्रान्तां
Ekagrahridayasthitah.
एकाग्रहृदयस्थितः एकाग्रहृदयस्थितः
Tushtava Nidrantam.
तुष्टावयोगनिद्रान्ताम्
No split there. I did the split only to emphasize the padam. Tushtava Nidrantam ekagra hridayasthitah.
तुष्टावयोगनिद्रान्तामेकाग्रहृदयस्थितः तुष्टावयोगनिद्रान्ताम् एकाग्रहृदय
No, ma. you should not split the word tam and ekagra, because if there is a dash in English, that means no splitting. Okay, so you can see also in Devanagari and Telugu, it is tam ekagra is should not be split. I split it only for the padam, right? तुष्टावयोगनिद्रान्तामेकाग्रहृदयस्थितः
तुष्टावयोगनिद्रान्तामेकाग्रहृदयस्थितः तुष्टावयोगनिद्रान्तामेकाग्रहृदयस्थितः.
Now this is important for chanters. Some people split the words at the sandhis, and it is not incorrect to learn. It is okay to learn splitting each padam for learning purpose. But when you are actually chanting, you should not do that. Because if you do that during chanting, then you lose the matras. So the timing of the mantra is as important as perfect pronunciation. So if you split like that, then you actually lose the timing of the mantra. For example, if what she did, Tushtavayoga nidrantam ekagrahridaya sthitah, the tam, there is a, that then ekagra, you have lost two matras there. So that's what I want to emphasize on. Learning is important. More important than learning is practicing. All of you are, this is not just discourses, right? You have to go back and practice these. विबोधनार्थाय हरेर्
विबोधनार्थाय हरेर् विबोधनार्थाय हरेर्
हरिनेत्रकृतालयाम्
हरिनेत्रकृतालयाम् हरिनेत्रकृतालयाम्
तुष्टावयोगनिद्रान्तामेकाग्रहृदयस्थितः विबोधनार्थाय हरेर् विबोधनार्थाय हरेर् हरिनेत्रकृतालयाम्
तुष्टावयोगनिद्रान्तामेकाग्रहृदयस्थितः विबोधनार्थाय हरेर्हरिनेत्राकृतालयाम्
हरिनेत्रकृतालयम्. So, okay.
हरिनेत्रकृतालयाम् तुष्टावयोगनिद्रान्तामेकाग्रहृदयस्थितः विबोधनार्थाय हरिनेत्रकृतालयाम्.
Okay, there also Harer Harinetra. Okay, now this is very important nuance. Now this appears to be a very simple story happening between literally 4 visible and 1 invisible characters. The 4 visible characters are the Vishnu, the 2 demons, and the Brahma. The invisible character, that Brahma, is actually invoking. She is invisible. Now, you pay attention to what's happening here. Brahma is not directly waking up Vishnu. Hey, daddy, there are demons, come on, monsters here. He didn't beat up Vishnu to wake him up. What is the shloka saying? He is going with concentration and focused mind to actually pray to that which is causing the mystic sleep of Bhagavan Vishnu. You understand? This is very, very important. This is very, very important. You understand the logic, Sairam? So what? Why is he? Why is he? So no, this is, she is invisible. There is no character there that is present called Yoga Nidra. So how did actually even Brahma get the idea that I should not wake up this fellow's body? It's not the body of the Vishnu that he needs to wake up. It is actually going deep into that source of that mystic sleep he is under influence of, and then ask her to bless him. Because why? He is in prasuptin cha janardhanam. He is in prasupti. In the context of prasupti, what we are talking about is that deep mystic sleep that we observe, which is actually we completely are unaware of our body, mind, senses. Everything is shut off. That is our prasupti. But for Janardana, he is also in a similar state, but where all those are dissolved. So he literally doesn't have the body consciousness as well in that context of that stuff. He is not able to hear. He is in this prasupti. Therefore, Brahma. That's why he is Brahma, no? That's why he is a Chaturmukha Brahma, from whom the Vedas actually came out. He's not an ordinary guy. Now, that Brahma is present within us too. All these four characters plus the fifth invisible one are all present in us as well. And this is the secret that the rishis actually embed through a very simple story. And if you actually do not have the grace of the mother in the context of connecting to the deep insight associated with this story, you will be simply watching a story over and over again. And this is the reason why I sent that email yesterday. Unless you do this complete protocol of Kavacham all the way through the Nyasas and connect to the deep mother which is within you, and only through that you can be able to observe all these things. Not simply chumma chanting mantras doesn't give. Well, it gives something. I should not say it doesn't give now, because they'll all stop doing anything also. The main motivation is it gives something. That's only I do, sir. Why do I want to do all this stuff? So if I suddenly say it doesn't give anything, then they will all stop chanting. That is now complete. It gives something. And what it gives is we wouldn't even notice what it gives. 100% we won't even notice what happens doing all those nyasas. But after many attempts and trying to do it with a concentrated, focused mind, then you say, oh my God, this is what's called decoding and decompressing and decrypting. And then suddenly you will, doesn't become anymore a movie that you are watching externally. You will relate to every single aspect happening within you so clearly that you become the witness of this. And that witness consciousness is what is the decompression of these mantras. So he prayed to the Yoga Nidra with ekagra hridaya sthitaha, with a 100% mind that is associated with his heart. He started to now awaken the Hari, but actually praying to the Yoga Nidra within him. Wow. I'm blissed out. Then who is she? Vishweshwari, Jagadhatri, Sthiti, Samhara, Karini, Nidram, Bhagavatim, Vishnuhu, Atulam, Tejasaha, Prabhuhu. This, she is Vishweshwari. Ishwari means substratum, the basis of everything, entire cosmos. She is the subject which appears as the objects. Scientist only studies objects, but here we are looking at the subject matter, not the object matter. What is the difference between the two? Objective knowledge is present in all animals, and the Rishi has already made it very clear. In fact, there are animals that have much better perceptive, objective knowledge than even a human being. So we are now getting into Vishweshwari. Jagat Dhatri. Dhatri means that which is the substratum of what? Jagat, what is coming and going. How are things coming and going? Sthiti, Samhara, Karini, not only coming but also their existence, their sthiti, samhara, dissolution, karini, jagat sambhavasthana, samhara hetum. And now that here is referred to as nidram bhagavatim, not sleep. There is no translation for this. Dra, nidra, nidra, ratri, dharma. You cannot find translation of these words in any other language. Dra means seeing, nidra means which that is clearly being seen. Now you see, yoga nidra now different meaning now. Yoga nidra means that which you can see when you become that only. Indra, I was explaining last week in the Gosuktam class. By the way, tomorrow 2 o'clock, we have the Gosuktam class. Now, this dra, nidra, yoga nidra means you become one with that. Therefore, you have absolutely no awareness of anything that is externally associated, and you are submerged in that, only in that state. The difference between yoga nidra and regular nidra is your regular nidra also brings you to the same state, but there it is not yoga, it is not reunion, it is disassociation. Your body, mind, senses in your deep sleep are dissociated from awareness. But in yoga nidra, they are completely associated. They are merged. They are in it, not out of it. Your body, mind, senses in your nidra are out of awareness. Are you understanding this? You are dissociated from your awareness. And therefore, you have no knowledge of it, because the only knowledge you have is just like animals, only through perceptual organs and through your mind and your senses. And when those are dissociated from this awareness, they're not shining in awareness. You have no connectivity to the world at all. Hello, am I making anybody? I see some people shaking head, some people doing this, some people doing this. Some people not shaking because they're not sure whether they understand it or not. Is it simple and is that very complex what I'm explaining? The reason why you perceive the world when you are awake is because all your senses, your body, everything is illumined by that awareness. And in Yoga Nidra also the same thing happens, but it is not dissociation, it is merged in that. This Vishnu who Atulam means incomparable, uncomparable Vishnu, Tejasaha, he is the most his most radiant Prabhu, the Lord of the universe, is now merged with this yoga nidra, and unless that yoga nidra is separated from him, he won't come into body awareness, consciousness, and all of that won't come into picture. This is so beautiful. As I was saying last week, I haven't explained any of this stuff last time when we chanted, because it is not there. It is not there. We are in a different mode of operation. Now, if you are connecting these 5 slokas, what is happening? The essence of our own existence, awareness, everything is described, and how this manifestation of these demons that come from the impurities, and what is this waking up, awakening of the Vishnu within us, all of this is coming into complete picture. I hope it is, and you will. So this, did I chant this? Vishveshwarim Jagadhatrim
विश्वेश्वरीं जगद्धात्रीं विश्वेश्वरीं जगद्धात्रीं
Sthiti Samharakarinim
स्थितिसंहारकारिणीं स्थितिसंहारकारिणीं
Nidram Bhagavate Vishnor
निद्रां भगवते विष्णोर् निद्रां भगवते विष्णोर्
Atulang Tejasaf Prabhu
अतुलान् तेजसः प्रभुः अतुलान् तेजसः प्रभुः
Vishveshwarim Jagadhatrim Sthiti Samharakarinim Nidram Bhagavate Vishnuratulan Tejasaf Prabhu
विश्वेश्वरीं जगद्धात्रीं स्थितिसंहारकारिणीं निद्रां भगवते विष्णोरतुलान् तेजसः प्रभुः विश्वेश्वरीं जगद्धात्रीं स्थितिसंहारकारिणीं निद्रां भगवते विष्णोरतुलान् तेजसः प्रभुः
Tejasah Antunava Tejasaf Antunava.
तेजसः प्रभुः
Okay. Brahma Uvacha. Brahma is now, this next set of shlokas are the first part of directly extolling. Now you see, this Brahma, he is now invoking the apparently, or the apparent or the invisible yoga nidra, into which Vishnu's conscience is dissolved in. And now once that comes out, Vishnu will be awake. But sir, you said that Vishnu is always awake. What is this thing called Vishnu getting awake again? 100%, please write down all the questions. And you don't even have to ask me. Put all that on feet of Bhagavan Sri Satsai Baba. If you have his feet in your padukas in your house, don't even have to put it on him. It will just give it to the padukas. They will answer all these questions. If you are sincere, and if you actually truly want to know about this mantras, what they really mean to us, not what they mean as some mystical story that happened mythologically, and it is a myth. Myth means that which is not real. But this is all real. It is as real as you are listening right now. Nothing is made up here. Nothing is made up here. 100% I'm telling you. It is very real and it is happening all the time. It is going to happen as long as the world exists. It's going to happen as long as a body, mind, and sense exist. The story continues. It never stops. Sthiti Samhara Karini. And in this next set of mantras, it is called it is also called Tantrika Ratri Suktam. We learned the Rigvediya Ratri Suktam. This is also called Ratri Suktam. But this is called Tantrika Ratri Suktam. What is Tantrika Ratri Suktam and what is Mantrika Ratri Suktam? Both are one and the same only. This is expansion in words about that condensed Ratri Suktam, which was intense. And those of you who heard and learnt that Ratri Suktam and still remember each and every word explained in that is now elaborated in a set of shlokas by none other than Brahma himself, but in the form of an extolation as a stuti, stotram. This is the other thing that people have complete mistranslation of the word stotram. Stotram is not a praise. Okay? Stotram is not praise. Stotram is that which you utter in complete awareness of it. So what is our praise about? We use words that are empty, without awareness in them. They're called empty words. Ha 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 ha, बहुत अच्छा गाते हैं. आप बहुत अच्छा दिखते हैं. आप बहुत अच्छा बात करते हैं. This अच्छा बात करते हैं. This kind of empty words. You really don't mean it. But for accomplishing something or to be nice to the other person, I have to be nice to them. Therefore, I use empty words. That is what is in a way called praise. That is the awareness of the word praise. I praise you. But this is not praise. This is every word that is uttered by Brahma is in the awareness of complete awareness of that yoga nidra. And therefore, when you chant or when one chants these that are now extolled in complete awareness of it, you get 100% efficacy about that because they're not empty praises. They're not empty words. So therefore, when you are told by your elders or whoever that says or some pravachana karta, etc., you have to chant these things, then you get this effect, that effect, etc. They're not actually telling you that to lure you or do something. So nothing like that, because these stutis are complete observation of something and stating exactly what it is without any aberration. This is the reason why these rishis are called visionaries. They have not injected anything literally of their own mind into these things. There is no ego associated with it that if I do this praise, I get something back. And therefore I have to write these books, release these CDs, do this, do that, etc. so that I can get name and fame. No, this is done so that if that is described in complete awareness, the one who is actually listening to it or studying it at one point or the other in their entire sadhana time will come to close to that awareness. 100%. And that is Brahma's extolation or this enchant. He is enchanting. And it starts with Tvam Swaha, Tvam Swadha, Tvam Hi Vashatkaraha. Swara Atmika, Sudha, Tvam, Akshare, Nitye, Tridha, Matra, Atmika, Sthita. Each and every word is like a, one of these days my exercise I want to do is take everything that was praised about the mother and write in Devi Matyam and write it down like an Ashtotram or a Sahasranamavali. You will really get the beautiful, as we are chanting this, Tvam, you are Swaha, you are Swadha, you are Vashatkara, you are the soul of the Swara, you are Sudha, you are Akshara, you are Nitya, you reside in the three matras. You are the source and you reside in these three matras. Just listening to that, how much of it is bouncer? Completely went out of. So you have to, you use these words also when we are doing what? When we're doing the nyasas. Sirase swaha, hridayaya namaha, sirase swaha, sikhayai vashat, kavachaya, hum, netratrayaya, vaushat, astraya, fat. We are using swaha, we are using vashat. What is swaha? What is swadha? In a very simple terminology, these are invitations or ahvana. Omkara, Namaha, Swaha, Swadha, Vaushat, Hum. All these things are invitations. You are inviting. You are saying, you are present to somebody and saying, please be present to me. What is invite? We cordially request your presence with you along with your family to the wedding of my son. Your presence is invoked. So we request your divine presence. And when you request this divine presence, he is starting with Mother, who you are the Yoga Nidra in this Vishnu. I request your presence. Why he is requesting her presence? Because she is invisible. What is invisible has to be now present. And therefore the invitation. So he is inviting her presence. Once she comes out and she is present, then he will be relieved. This is now colloquially interpreting the shloka. But now you see how much is packed into the, why did he start with Tvam Swaha, Tvam Swadha, Tvam He Vashatkaraha, Akara, Vashatkara. So I don't think we'll get into this shlokam. It's 8 o'clock. Let's pause here and we'll come to this tomorrow. And then hopefully with Bhagavan's grace, we will be now seeking the presence of this Divine Mother so that we are able to be relating to this first aspect of Avirbhava of the Divine Mother, Avirbhava. She is now going to come out and be present. Sairam. Yadaksharapadabrashtam matrahinantu yadbhavet tatsarvam kshamyatam deva narayana namostute visargabindu matrani padapadaksharaणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि Kshamasvasayishvara aparadha sahasrani kriyante harnisham maya daso yamiti mam matva kshamasvasayishvara anyatha sharanam naste tvameva sharanam mama tasmat karunya bhavena raksha rakshasayishvara harihi om. Tatsat Sri Sai Ishwararpanamastu. Sairam. Any questions? Let me check if yes. What's the question, Ma? Please go ahead.
So I was thinking, if she's all pervading and Vishnu is under the spell of Yoga Nidra, how come, it may sound silly, how come Brahma and the two asuras are not under her spell?
Because it's not night time. Not everybody is in the merger with that awareness. Now you have to understand who these three guys are to answer that question. Yes. So it's because there is no common time for sleeping of all the people, no?
Yes.
Okay. Not everybody is under the, you know, use the word spell. He is not in spell, okay? So when you are using those words, you are implying that Vishnu is somehow under the spell of somebody, and that spell should be common to everybody. But he is not under a spell. He's not under anesthesia. I tried to make that point very clear, right?
Or rather, she's all pervading. So if you consider in that way, then.
No, she is all pervading, but Vishnu is in complete association with that yoga nidra. You understand? He is completely submerged in the awareness of that which is all pervading. Yes?
Okay. Yes, got it.
Got it? Okay. Yeah. We are all in the world. We are seeing the world. We perceive the world in our own ways. And the substratum of the world is one and the same. But there are only few that are merged into that substratum, are the subject matter, whereas everybody else is floating in the object matter. So Vishnu is not in a spell. Just remember this, very important. Vishnu is not in a spell. Vishnu is submerged into that substance. He is one with that. Okay, so she didn't throw a spell over everyone. Okay, good, very good clarification. Yes, somebody else?
Before Madhu Kaitaba came, Brahma was already there. So he was the first one that came out.
Yes.
And then the two of them came. So
yes, and the two of them came out of what?
The
Earwax
impurity.
impurity. Yes, okay.
So
Yeah.
is Brahma the sattvic nature and the other two tamasic and rajasic in nature? What are they?
What do those words mean to you?
Madhu.
No. What you use the word sattvic, tamasic, rajasic. What do those words mean?
Is the higher nature, purity, the one that is closest to the Lord. Sattvic is, he is the owner of the four Vedas, so that's where all the knowledge comes from. Whereas the other two are impurities that fight with sattvic nature and
No,
try to bring
you're interpreting the story, Ma.
Right.
You are interpreting the story.
Okay.
But what is the question? What's the question you're asking? Are you asking? Are you asking? Are they those things? Please help me. I'm not going to
Yes.
answer that question because if the moment you get the answer, you stop learning
Okay. All right. All right.
because
Next.
you won't look into it anymore. That's the reason why the great masters never gave the answer directly. You do the quants, what the Zen masters teach, they will never tell you directly straight, is there God? And they'll say yes. And you go another time, you ask the God, is there God? Say no. And they say you are confused. What last time only he said there is God. This time he's saying there is no God. What is this fellow can't make up his mind?
Okay.
Okay, last time Shekhar Garu told Brahma is Satvik. This is now there is these answers that are written in books, etc. The moment you got this and say, okay, there is Satvik, Tamasic, and now I ask the question: what is Satvik? What is Tamasic? What is Rajasic? What is these words you are using? How do you relate them to you within yourself so that you actually get into looking at this, not just mentally trying to grasp it? Yes, you have to mentally grasp it, but go deeper than that. Yes. So,
Okay. All right. My next question is clarify what is dissociation versus merging. That those are the two words you used today.
yeah.
So Nidra, Yoga Nidra, the difference between the dissociating and what is merging.
Yeah.
Is it similar to Samadhi that people get into? I mean, they use the word Samadhi. Is that Yoga Nidra? A human being getting into Samadhi is like Yoga Nidra.
Yes. Samadhi is another way of now these words have. See, the problem with these words, I honestly tell you, is that people's awareness have become so, how do I say this? Limited.
Mm.
That we perceive these words only in that very, very limited awareness associated. Samadhi means what people will say, will think is, oh, Samadhi means this guy is sitting and he is sitting like a stone. He has no awareness of that is Samadhi. That is one way of interpreting. But let's go back to your question. How do we differentiate between our body, mind, senses out of awareness and merged in awareness? That's the question. So that's
Uh-huh.
the difference between our nidra, our deep sleep, and what we are referring to as yoga nidra, right? So first of all, look at ourselves. Look at ourselves. Do we actually in deep sleep? Are we do we have the awareness about ourselves? No, we don't, because you don't know if a snake, a cobra can be hanging on the top of your bed, and you will not know anything if you are in deep sleep. Why? Because there are no senses operating, there is no mind operating, there is no body operating.
I understand that part, but
Okay,
that is
that is
dissociation.
dissociation, because you have no awareness at all about it, right?
Okay.
What is dissolution? Dissolution is all these three things are completely, it's like salt dissolved in water. They are there, but they are dissolved in this awareness. That means they are reunited. Yoga means reunited. Reunited with that which is seeing all the time, not that which is seeing physically, not that which is hearing physically. It is into that subject matter. It is dissolved into that subject matter. That is what we are calling as Yoga Nidra. And that is the state in which Vishnu is present. That means he also, you can differentiate between the two. So when you're looking at these two outside, you say, but that is the same thing. No, he also doesn't have this body awareness and mind awareness and sense awareness. How are we no, he is in awareness, Whereas for us, we are, we are, our only operative matter is mind that is aware of something. For us, it is the mind that is aware. For him, it is awareness itself.
Okay.
How
Thank
do we
you.
know? Ma? We know through our mind, right? So if you
Yes.
look at it, how do I know? I know through my mind. I know through my senses. That is how animals operate. And so when those two are out of awareness, then that means what? They are shining in awareness, but when the awareness is disconnected from them, they're inoperable, right? They're not operating anymore.
But isn't it the same thing that happens in deep sleep? That we are not aware of our body, mind, and intellect, nothing. It is the same thing in deep
Well,
sleep for a shorter time.
no, but what I'm trying to say is for all the animals,
Mm.
the only thing that is sentient that operates in us most of the time,
It's
we
the mind.
use just the mind, the thought, which gives the awareness, right? That's
Okay.
all it is about. And without that, we are disconnected.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
But for a yogi or a realized or for Bhagavan, he uses that as the tool, but not as the only thing that enables him to know. You understand now? Am I making?
Yes. So he is awareness himself.
Yeah,
That's what you're saying. Okay.
exactly. Yes, yes. So his operating toolbox is not the mind. Mind for him is the tool. For us, without mind, we are inoperable. We have no awareness. The only thing that makes us aware is only the thought that exists within the body. Therefore, our awareness is limited only to our body, our senses, our periphery associated with this body. That is all it is revolving, because it is only that mind, that is little light that is shining within us. Just
Thank you.
like, I will use another metaphor. If you shine a little candle at our 0 watt, Bhagavan uses this analogy as 0 watt bulb to 100 watt bulb, right?
Uh-huh. Yes.
That bulb will only give the light associated with the capacity of that bulb only, right?
Correct. Yes. Yes.
Now take the sun.
Mm.
Is the sun ever losing its light?
No. No.
And in the light of the sun, everything is lit up.
Okay.
So use that as that awareness and use this as your awareness. Your light, our light is shining only in this room, not beyond that.
Thank you.
That's what.
That helps. That helps. Thank you.
Okay, now how Vishnu and Brahma different? How Vishnu and Brahma are different? Okay, Manisha Patel. How Vishnu and Brahma are different? What is the question?
Sorry, Sairam. Vishnu is in the Yoga Nidra, and Vishnu is awareness, meaning Vishnu is everything. Then what is this Brahma which is separate from that awareness? To me, awareness is everything. Then why it's Brahma and Vishnu is the same? Then why they are different, and why Brahma is scared?
Brahma is scared. Oh, no,
I mean,
no. Okay. Okay, no, you're talking, if God is everything, how is Brahma different from God? Is that the question you're asking?
yeah. So how is Vishnu different from the Vishnu? I mean, how is Brahma is different from Vishnu, which is total awareness? So they are all together to me. It's just the way one
Oh,
thing.
in that metaphor, Madhu, Kaitaba, Brahma, the whole Sesha is sleeping, and they're all only one only. They're not. What is in them as awareness is one only, but they are different manifestations, right? So yes, your question is, oh, this Brahma, then if he is the awareness himself, how couldn't he tackle these two guys? Why he has to wake up the Vishnu? That is another level of question. I don't know if you are intending to ask that question, but why is it Brahma requiring help? He is God
Yeah,
himself.
absolutely. Yeah,
He's
mean,
God himself. Then how is he seeking help of his father? And what is this business that about waking him up? Stay tuned to that question. Okay. Yeah. These three guys that we are talking about, the four visible characters, they are all in you only. They are all in you only. You are the only one. You are the only one. And in the only one of you, there are these four characters, and there is an invisible character called Yogamaya. All these are applying to you and to me and to everyone on this class and beyond. Stay tuned. Don't lose this. I'm not going to answer the question, because the moment I start describing what these are, etc., then you figured it out, and then you will stop looking. And that's not the purpose of this study. Study is about really a collective looking into something. This is not pravachana, as they call it, listening to one guy speaking. This is study. We are studying this. Okay. There are some realized souls who have the answers on the class, and they're refraining to answer as well. So they don't, because it is in your perception. You have to look into this. What is this story about? How is this happening within me? What is the talk about? And 100% all these five characters are within us, are within each and every one of us. Okay. So how is Vishnu Brahma different? Ask yourself the question. What's the Brahma in this story? What is the Madhu in this story? What is the Kaitaba in this story? What is that we're talking about? Who is the Vishnu in this story? In me, not outside. In you. Okay. How do we understand, Ram? Okay. How do we understand Madhu Kaitava arising out of Vishnu's earwax? Does it mean when we use our hearing faculty mainly for unnecessary issues, it results in negativity in the life? Okay. Are you implying that Vishnu is a gossiper, listening to gossip, and created this impurity in Vishnu? Created these two demons, sir.
No, I'm
That
saying that it's we use our hearing faculty in a wrong way, and that results in Madhu and Kaitava. That's how that's why I understood that.
So how do we understand this thing? That's a very beautiful question. Let's take a practical example of what we observe outside. Who creates the cloud? Sir, is that a very hard question, sir? Come on, sir. Ram.
Sun.
You mean cloud in the technical sense, or a real cloud?
What is a technical cloud and a real
I mean,
cloud?
I'm saying that
I mean, like nowadays people have different terms. There is intelligence and there is artificial intelligence. How is
this is more like artificial intelligence.
Oh.
We'll talk about iCloud kind of a thing.
No. Okay. You are thinking iCloud. No, sir. I'm talking about physically what you observe as a cloud, sir. Not iCloud, sir. Okay, sir. Who creates the cloud, sir?
That's the sun.
Yeah.
Creates
So what does this cloud do, sir?
it gives the rain.
Yeah, but what does it do to the sun, sir?
It covers the sun sometimes.
But does it actually cover the sun, sir?
No, it passes and then.
No, so stay with this example, sir. Stay with this example. Very beautiful. Is the sun actually covered, sir?
No.
So who is making the comment that the sun is covered? The observer, right? You as the observer noticing that this cloud has covered the sun and somehow the sun has disappeared. But actually look at it from the point of the sun. Look at it from the point of the sun. Now, is this cloud that is generated from due to the heat of the sun, right? It's a natural phenomenon. Yes.
True.
So naturally, the sun has no problem with the cloud. Hello, because the sun has absolutely no problem with the cloud. He's saying, hey, this thing came because of me and it is covering, so it will pass. In fact, from his point of view, nothing is obstructing him, no? So meditate on this metaphor with respect to these two demons coming out of the earwax. The earwax is used as an example because the first faculty that is generated in the context of a human nature. Now I'm talking about the human, not the divine. The first perception that is created, the first perception is Shabda. First perception in nature is Shabda, is the sound. Second perception is the touch, the feeling. Third perception is seeing. Fourth perception is smelling. Huh? Sorry, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa. Rasa is tasting. Last perception that is created is smelling. Now, just look at human anatomy and what happens in a human baby body. This is exactly the sequence of how perceptual knowledge is created within a human mind. This is how it is manifested. So the first thing also covered in the context of shut down is also in a sequence, if you really look at it. So the sound is the most important aspect of the perceptual faculty. The Shabda Brahman is nothing but the Vedas. Impurities come when you shut down your awareness of the Vedas. Okay, now is your question addressed?
Yes,
Or-
sir. I'll think about it and then come back to you.
Yeah. So think about this. First and most important question is, what is this Vishnu getting earwax thing? You know, what is this Vishnu Karna Malod Bhutau? Na? From the earwax of Vishnu came out these two guys, the impurity of the earwax, what we call as impurity in the context of what we are looking as earwax. But some people now today, there is all kinds of crazy WhatsApp group. Somebody sent me saying that never remove your earwax. It's the most protective thing. Don't use earbuds, all of this stuff. So now crazy people WhatsApp is, everybody is a doctor on a WhatsApp group. So now, so what we are looking at as the manifestation of these things is a natural phenomenon, but from our point of view, it looks like an impurity. But from the point of view of the sun itself, a cloud is not an impurity, but for us, it is something that is obstructing our view of this beautiful light. And you will regret when you live in Netherlands during November, December, because the sky is gray all the time. Oh, did I freeze? Can everybody hear me?
Now,
Now,
yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. That was the obstruction from the internet, nothing to do with me.
The internet earwax.
Yeah, earwax. Uh, so are these beings represent Vishnu, Karna, Malam? Okay, ma. So there is a problem with that analogy. What Umaji is saying, Umaji is online here. Okay, she's there. So what we are referring to as Vishnu, Kama, Krodha, etc., are not associated with Vishnu. No? Yes, go ahead, Ma. Open your microphone.
No, these things are not associated with them. But the manifestations that come out from Vishnu, we have these manas. So they come out as wax from Vishnu's ears. That's what I.
Yeah, so there is a Vishnu within you, and that Vishnu is all pervading Vishnu. How is he collecting the Kama, those? So, okay. Natural manifestations are what we call as gunas. Now, this is what we're talking about. They're not, they misused become impurities. However, they are natural manifestations. Gunas, the three gunas, as we look at guna is what is guna is in English word for guna is attribute. Attribute is some that which is expressed. What is expressed, what you notice is an attribute, right? Attribute. The other day I'm using these words, and my granddaughter said, Tata, I don't know what you speak. Can you please talk to me in English? And what I was telling her something, and I probably used some complex word. Then the next thing she asked me is, do you know Telugu? And if so, please speak to me. So my English has become gibberish. So attribute is something that you notice, physically expressed, and those expressions are natural. So what we are calling as the attributes related to slowing down or inactivity, attributes relate, and that inactivity, if you refer to as what we call as in Sanskritam tamoguna. So what is this tamoguna associated with Vishnu here is inactivity. He's not active because he's submerged in this thing, so he is inactive. And the inactivity, natural manifestations are impurities. So just think that I'm trying to make it so that we don't use the Sanskritam words and get confused. Yes, when something is inactive, it becomes impure. Impure in the so it's not the inactivity that is impurity. It is the manifestation of the inactivity that results in impurity. Yes, are we clear about this? Hello. If the water is not flowing and it is inactive, obviously the algae will grow in it and it will create impurity. Same fish tank example in your house, if you have one fish tank. So the movement associated with yourself or ourselves is called as Rajoguna, or the movement. And then that which is still and also pure is what is called Sattva Guna, where it is the highest form of the mind. Mind that is inactive and accumulates impurities is what is called Tamoguna, lower mind. Mind, now doesn't apply to Vishnu. Please don't get confused about this, right? But it is reference points. Now, all these things about Kama, Krodha, etc., these are words that we know, but they're not relatable to us in a way we can look at it. Mind inactive, gathering impurities, is the slumber mind. Mind that is constantly moving is what is called the active mind, or the passive, or the passionate mind. And the mind that is not only still but completely pure, which seems to be a paradox, that is what is called as the higher mind. Yes. Now what we're seeing, all these three are natural manifestations of this Vishnu associated with Yoga Nidra. This Vishnu associated with Yoga Nidra, the two characters, the visible and the invisible being Yoga Nidra, and the Vishnu together is within us as well as Sat and Chit, completely associated in us. Now I'm giving the answers. I want to be very careful, which I don't want to do explicitly, is because this is something you will discover yourself. So what is this inactivity causing? The outcome of the inactivity is associated with impurity, and that impurity results in two demons, and these two demons are Madhu and Kaitabha. What does these two words mean? Oh, I forgot to mention the meaning of these words. But first, Madhu means that which is sweet. Kaitabha means that which is moving. That is the inner meaning of these two words. Where is Manisha Patel? Where is she? Is she gone?
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Madhu, sweet. Kaitabha is moving all the time, like an insect. From the word, from that Kaitabha also associate is Kitaka. Kitaka means insect. Why is an insect called Kitaka? Means it is constantly moving. Constantly moving. It's constantly moving. And what is moving to find sweetness, Madhu. These two are associated with each something, attachment, Madhu. Kitaka, which it is constantly looking for the sweetness somewhere else. And moving. Restlessness. It is restlessly trying to find this sweetness, and this sweetness. Now, the sweetness is attachment, and this Kitaka is the movement. Now, think about these two. When these two together are the culprits in our life, and what are they trying to do? They're trying to attack this beautiful, serene mind, which is located in the center of this awareness. That is the navel. Center of your awareness is now this beautiful mind. And this beautiful mind, now that is the sattvic mind, the beautiful mind. It always wants to be present with that. But it is pulled by dukkhaya yanme manasa swachittaya tatam vina. What is this doing? This thing called finding something outside for happiness creates this restlessness. And these two guys now come together and they want to attack that which is sitting quietly. Hey, how come you are not coming with us? Movie happening outside. Why are you going for service or center? Come on, let's go watch a movie. Huh? Hello, can you relate to this? Hello, Manisha Patel. Are you able to relate to what I'm saying? No, you can't. I can't hear.
Yeah. I'm hearing and I'm seeing Madhu Kaitaba as Ragan Dvaita.
Are you seeing Brahma also?
Yes.
Okay. There is this guy called Brahma within you who is very much associated in the center of your awareness. He doesn't want to move. He wants to sit quietly on that lotus and meditate. Now, this two impurities, one is I want to go find sweetness outside, that is Madhu. And I'm associated with this guy that moves constantly, called Kitaka or Kaitabha. And now they want to come and grab your serene, peaceful mind that wants to stay home and meditate. Come outside. We got to go. If you don't, we'll come and attack you. Now, at that point of time, that which is beautiful, still, and serene within you, what it should do? If you are a lower mind, what it would say is, okay, let's all go together, and there starts the whole drama starts from there. Now, this is the story. Now we meditate on this, and now we'll come back to that. Kama, Krodha, and all those things are very complex matters. This is very They all come, they are all sub manifestations of this activity. And once that moment comes out, now these two are called Raga Dvesha or the Madhu Kaitava as well. Raga means attachment, which is sweet. Getting attached to something is so sweet. Huh? Like you are addicted to sweetness, that is Madhu. Madhu Sudana means the one who killed that ability to go find happiness outside. That is the beautiful meaning of the word Madhusudana. Now people are chanting those words. Sometimes I hear in bhajan, they say Madhusudhana. It is not dhana, because we are so attached to money. Instead of saying Janardhana, people are singing Janardhana. And I'm saying, Ray, here also you bring in dhana, wealth only. Everything is about wealth only. Janardhana, Madhusudhana, because their mind only knows dhana, nothing else. So they will associate the mind with God also. So this is not dhana, this is dhana. Madhusudana. Sudana means one who killed. So I know I'm taking a lot of time, 37 minutes over. Beautiful discussion. What is Sheila is saying? Got words to ponder upon. Oh, got words to ponder upon. Okay, not words. Look at this. You have to look at all of this drama, and then all this drama is playing out. So when something inside you is moving to go for something that is sweet outside and find happiness outside, those two guys are Madhu and Kaitabha. And now the guy that doesn't want to move is your natural, beautiful mind that's want to stay still and that wants to be in the presence of this awareness, all pervading awareness called Vishnu. And when that all pervading awareness Vishnu is associated with this, and that awareness now has to be manifested to take care of these two guys, to bring the mind back into its original state. Jai Sai Ram. स्वस्तिः प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेण मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितं सज्जनाः सन्तु निर्भया अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधनाः सधनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतम् ओम शांति शांति शांति। जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की।